Hey friends, welcome to the vid, and in this vid I'm going to talk about what it feels like after you've recovered from anxiety and the symptoms like DPDR. And as you're recovering right now, you're probably asking questions like, will it feel better than it did before? And how do I even know when I've reached recovery? And what's life actually going to be like? So I'm going to answer all of those questions for you from my experience of my own recovery, but also the many people that I've helped recover from this, all the things that they've been saying. And if you don't know who I am, my name's Dan, and I do videos about recovering from anxiety and all the horrible symptoms, particularly DPDR, and I help people recover from that as well using one-on-one coaching and also the Freedom course. When I was going through my recovery, I was asking these very questions as well. Particularly, how will I even know when I am recovered? And what's it actually going to be like when I do recover? And I sort of had these images in my mind that one day I would just be recovered and I'd just be so happy and excited, and I'd have a big recovery party and, just sort of have a celebration for it. And basically nothing is further from the truth of what actually happened. I'll go through a little bit later about what I went through. But to give you an idea of some of the highlights of what you can expect, they wake up excited in the morning. They've got a total lust for life. They're really confident within themselves. They feel stronger and they feel better through having coming through this. They feel prouder of themselves. They feel like they can sort of take on anything now. They no longer think about DPDR. They no longer think about anxiety. They no longer think about recovery. It's just not a part of their life. All they're doing is just getting on with their life and loving it. And it's not to say that you won't ever worry again, or you won't ever have bad times again, or you won't ever get angry or frustrated again. See, recovery is not about trying to eliminate all these things. It's about mending your relationship with them, because right now, anxiety has got a very hard grip on you. It's got a tight grip on you. And so it's biasing you towards being anxious, towards being worried. And that's why you're always catastrophizing. There's a lot of intrusive thoughts. And in fact, what recovery looks like, based on everyone that I've helped through this, is that their life basically just sort of goes back to normal, but it's just a bit better. And it's not like you sort of wake up one day and then all of a sudden you're recovered. It's just a slow transition between not being recovered and to being recovered. Another amazing thing about recovery, when you're actively engaged and you're involved with it, is that this will never come back ever again. You will never have anxiety this bad again. You will never have the DPDR this bad ever again. And the reason that is because you learn all the things you need to learn to get out of it. You change all the things that you need to change, and you do everything that you got to do to get out of it. And it's kind of like riding a bike. You can't just teach yourself how not to ride it. Like, once you've sort of learned how to do it, then that information is ingrained. And it's exactly the same with recovery. Once you've learned how to recover, then that information is ingrained. And similar to riding a bike, you might have to practice every now and again, or when you first get on, you might be a little bit wobbly if you haven't ridden in 5 years or whatever, but you quickly get back into it. And it's the same with recovery too. If you find yourself slipping back into anxiety, perhaps slipping back into sadness and that type of stuff, then you're going to quickly find that you're able to get out of it, and you're certainly never going to get to the point of where you are right now ever again. And so what was it like for me? It was actually almost underwhelming, because the thing with recovery is that to recover, you've just got to get on with your life as if you didn't have this. And when I was doing that, what would happen is that instead of my mind being on, is this good for recovery? Should I do this for recovery? When am I going to recover? How am I going to recover? Am I going to be the same? All those really pretty pointless, unhelpful thoughts, which aren't actually going to do anything. They started changing to, hey, what am I going to do next week? What's that thing I've got to do? Oh, I've got a plan for this. Just normal life stuff. And what happens is that you just start to gradually get back into your normal life. But you are a little bit more excited. You are a bit more grateful. You can see the good things. things don't bother you anymore. And that's the same with me. You know, I used to think, man, I used to worry about that. Like, I seriously used to worry about that. Like, I remember just sitting out the window when I was going through my DPDR, just looking at the street and just thinking how weird it looked, you know, how sort of spaced out I was. And I was just sitting there just so down and just going, oh man, you know, I'm never going to get out of this and my life sucks and la la la. Now, those thoughts don't even enter my mind at all. You know, I'm a completely sort of changed person for the better for this. And even if right now it doesn't feel like you're ever going to get there and you're worrying about how are you going to know when you're recovered and what's life going to be like, trust me, you're going to know when you're recovered, because part of the recovery process is just getting back to normal. You're not just suddenly not recovered and then recovered. It's a gradual process. So you're going to know. Trust me, you are going to know. I knew, everybody I've helped, they know as well. And when it happens to you, you are going to know too. And if you do want help with your recovery, then you need to look at the Freedom course. This is the best online anxiety and DPDR recovery course that there is. It's a step-by-step guide about exactly what you need to do right from day one to begin your recovery journey and get you to that point of recovery. You really need to check it out. The link for that is in a pinned comment and the description. I would really love to see you in there. And until next time, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.